Let's break down step by step exactly how to go out there and wholesale real estate with $0, and we're going to be covering it in under 30 minutes. Hey, what is going on, everyone? Devin Knupp here with another video, and today we're going to be talking about how to wholesale real estate with $0, and we're going to go over it pretty quickly, and I'm going to go over step by step exactly how to do so. So the reason why I'm making this video is because I made a video like 2 days ago, it was like 2 days ago, and it got a lot of good responses. I was talking about how it's even possible to wholesale real estate with $0. So in this video specifically, I'm going to break down how to go out there and close a deal with $0. And is it possible? Is this realistic? Yes, it is. And you don't have to go out there and buy any expensive courses or hire anybody to teach you how to do it. You can go out there and do it yourself. It's going to take a lot of self-determination, a lot of motivation, and a little bit of intuition. You're going to have to figure a lot of stuff out, and nobody can just tell you exactly step by step how to do everything. There's going to be some things that you're going to run into, and you're going to have to kind of do a little due diligence yourself to find the answers. But other than that, I'm going to cover everything inside of this video on kind of the general advice as far as like if I were to have someone like that I was mentoring that basically had no money to market with or anything like that. And I'm just going to give them general advice so that way they can go out there and close the deal, and then the rest they can kind of figure out themselves and piece it together. Just go over the most important things, and as long as you just try to do the things that are most important, you can go out there and close the deal. Like I said, just need some motivation, self-determination, and a little bit of like creativity. So let's say that you're brand new. You got nothing going for you, and you want to get into real estate wholesaling. First things first, understand the basic principles of real estate wholesaling. Just understand that you need to find motivated sellers. You got to find a cash buyer and basically do the transaction that way. Keep it super simple. Don't overcomplicate it. The more that you try to learn more, the more complicated it is for you to close a deal. It's kind of hard to explain, but there's this thing, it's like information overload, and we don't want you to have this. Do whatever you can to not have to get information overload. Feel okay. Just have that feeling of it being okay that you don't know everything. Just understand that. Just understand the basic principles and go out there and then follow the rest that I'm going to cover inside of today's video. And so, now that you understand the basic principles, like I said, you can Google this anywhere. You can look it up on my YouTube channel. You can just search it on YouTube. But on whatever perspective you like, understand the basics, and then I'll break down the rest in this video. So, now you understand the basics. Now what you're going to do is try to find motivated sellers. Just trust me on this one. So what you're going to do is go on Craigslist.com. Once you go on Craigslist.com, we'll go to the for sale by owner section and call everybody. And don't worry about the script. Don't worry about anything. You're going to build your own script. And this is, like I said, this is a free strategy and trying to do a deal as fast as possible and figure out what works best for you. Because there's obviously like scripts out there and everything. Just understand the basics, which I'll cover really quickly. But once you understand these basics, that's all you need. And then kind of cultivate it to what works best for you. Because what works best for you probably won't work as like how it works for a lot of other people. And so figure out what works best for you. Basically, you need to find out why they're selling the property and like what's going on in the house. Like try to figure out the repairs, try to figure out if they own anything on the property, try to figure out what they think it's worth, and really cover kind of just try to figure out why they're selling it and just try to find the motivation and figure out what they're willing to sell it for based off of what it's worth. And then just build a lot of rapport. And with this, that's literally everything you need. Try to push them away as much as possible. Act like you got like $1 million in your pocket right now and you're looking to buy properties. Would you buy this house if you had $1 million in your pocket? Would you buy this house? Do the numbers make sense? Just treat it that way and have that mindset, and you will be good when you're on the phone. And then just keep doing that. Just nonstop. Do whatever it takes. Just grind. Just hustle. Just keep calling on the phones. And then once you find, like, anybody that you find that has a house that they're willing to sell it, go out and meet the seller. Go on the appointment. Who cares if they're motivated or not? Go out there and get used to talking to sellers. Just pretend like you're actually an investor shopping around, trying to work with all these different deals. And so, if they're extremely motivated, like they need to sell their house by this date or else something bad's going to happen, do those deals. But other than that, keep working on meeting up with the sellers. Tell them no a lot and just act like act like it's not a big deal unless they actually want to sell it to you for a good price. And with this, you're going to talk to a lot of sellers. If you're doing this correctly, there should be a lot of people who call on Craigslist. And if there's not, then go on like Zillow for sell by owner. Go on Craigslist for rent by owner. Just go into these different sections and just keep talking to sellers. Gain the experience. This is going to be the fastest way that you can go out there and gain the knowledge that you need to know. It's not by watching YouTube videos. Yeah, they cover everything on YouTube, but are you going to actually learn it by sitting there in a chair watching videos on your computer? Probably not. So if you want to make $10,000 super quickly, and you have no money whatsoever, just do this. And then once you find that seller, that motivated seller that's willing to sell their house at a discount, needs to get rid of their property ASAP, what you're going to do is get a contract for this property. There's a lot of different ways to get this contract. I'll put a link in the description down below. Don't message me for the contract if you watch this video. I'm putting it down below. You have to open it on desktop. If you don't want to go that route, if you don't like my contracts, if you want a different contract, you can go onto, like Max Maxwell has them in his Facebook group, or you can contact a local title company or a local closing attorney. Whatever it may be, go to one of these locations that I just told you, ask them for a purchase agreement, and ask them if they have for like an assignment contract or something like that. And you should be able to get the contracts. If you still think it's kind of hard to find a contract, find a napkin. I don't have any paper around me. Get a napkin, find a little scratch piece of paper, and sign up the deal with the buyer this way. Just say, my name, Devin Knupp, or whatever your name is, and I am buying this house at 123 Main Street with, let's say, John and Mary Smith, and we're buying it for this price, and we're closing on this date. Write it all on a piece of paper and like a napkin or whatever. Take it to the title company. Take it to the closing attorney. They're probably going to laugh, but they'll give you an actual contract and just tell them, hey, I got a deal. We got to move forward with this and super quickly, whatever it may be. Try to get as much time as possible. Like usually at least like 30 days, but if they need to close in 7 days, try to work with them. And then as soon as you got this deal under contract, now it's under contract and it's in the title company's hands and they're doing like a title search or a closing attorney, whatever it is in your state, then what you're going to do is find a cash buyer. Market this deal on Craigslist, market it on Facebook, go to different RIA groups, just put it out, like tell the whole world that you got a contract for assignment on an amazing deal. And what you're going to want to do is, let's say it's like $100,000 that you got it under contract for. List it for like 105 and just have everybody say, submit your highest and greatest offer. And so that way you can kind of have them bid it up and send them like their best price. So that way you make the most on this deal. That's pretty simple. And then what you're going to do is just like, you can either hold an open house in the house, just tell everybody that it's your business partners. And then from there, just try to find someone that's willing to buy this property. And so I'm going to cover like what happens if things go south. If nobody wants to buy this deal, if nobody nobody likes the numbers or anything like that, that means you got it priced too high. You're going to either have to get it for a lower price or move on to the next deal. Just understand if the deal doesn't work, the deal doesn't work. Go find another one. It's not a big deal. And then if they do if a lot of sellers are telling you no, figure out why they're telling you no, what's costing you so much. You're going to learn a ton. You're going to learn a ton from this experience. And then from there, now that you've, let's say that, like, if you cancel, just go through the process again and go find another deal, renegotiate the deal, get it for a lower price, and then go back through the marketing process. And then let's say that you do find a cash buyer, whatever it may be, and some sort of investor willing to buy this property, have them sign a contract, send you earnest money deposit of about $2,000 to $5,000, depending on how much the property is. If it's like a $100,000 house, I'd probably do like $3,000 or so that you have them deposit before, when they sign the contract, so that way you can get something in case they cancel or back out, and kind of holds them to the deal a little bit. And then just send everything over to the title company and the closing attorney, and that's it. That is literally it. If you notice inside of this video, I didn't talk about a lot of stuff, and that's because a lot of the stuff doesn't actually matter. Just focus on finding a discounted property, finding a motivated seller, and then marketing that deal. That's it. and just try to do the cheapest marketing strategies possible. If you have $0, Craigslist is the best bet. Zillow for FSBOs, Craigslist for rent by owners. There's a lot of other little websites like that, but that's the best bet. Now, if you have a car, you can go out there and drive for dollars. Just find the ugly houses, knock on the door. If you can't get a hold of them, try to get the information from the county on who owns the property. You can look them up on Facebook, try to get their phone number, and try to get a hold of them that way as well. That costs nothing as well. So you're kind of a little bit limited on how you can market if you don't have any money. But I basically listed majority of the strategies that you can do to go out there and do a deal. At the end of the day, it really just breaks down to determination, creativity, and just having some drive and motivation, whatever. It's super repetitive, but it's the best advice that I can give you guys. If you kind of have that, like, no matter what mindset, like, you don't really care when you close a deal, but you're going to close a deal no matter what, then that's kind of where you kind of put off a lot of the small details that don't really matter, and you go out there and close a deal. And yeah, like, I mean, honestly, like, you guys asked me for a lot of specific stuff, and it really doesn't matter. Just keep it simple, and you will be able to go out there and close a deal. Obviously, there's going to be a lot of different stuff going on in each different county, each different state, what's actually the more specifics, but I can't tell you that. I can't tell you really any more than what I just told you. A lot of the content that I put out there is just taking like a different approach, a different perspective, and maybe sometimes answering like very specific questions. But majority of the content out there isn't for majority of people watching these videos if you actually want to go out there and make money in wholesaling. So it's more like just go out there, just fail a lot, make a lot of mistakes, take massive imperfect action. And when you make all these mistakes, when you run into a wall, run into a problem, run into a mistake, then look up the question. That's it. If you feel lost, just think about the basics here. Like, we can even write it on the screen. The two most important parts. Maybe write it, like, if you have a whiteboard, write it on the whiteboard. If you have a daily, like, put it as a daily reminder on your phone. Write it on a sheet of paper, put it on the wall. Like, maybe I'll take down this picture and put it up there. I'm just kidding. But do that wherever you are. Just put it up there, what the basic principles are. And if you get lost, if you have trouble, like, you're just like, I'm so lost, I don't know what to do at this point, and you don't have any deals under contract or anything like that, look at the list and see what's most important. I'm gonna say it right now. Finding motivated sellers and finding a buyer for those deals. That's it. I'm not gonna, like, don't overcomplicate it. Just keep it to these basic principles and go out there and close the deal. You can make a lot of money very quickly. Just keep it simple, stupid, and you'll go out there and close a deal. So this is kind of for those people that just literally I made this video in case you have, like, literally no money, and this probably will help you out for majority of the people out there. And I'm just gonna, like I said, a lot of my content is just remaking the same stuff and trying to hit people in different ways. Maybe this video will finally hit you and just be like, wow, okay, this is what I gotta do. Or maybe, like, in a video in like a month or so, I kind of hit it at a different angle and it hit someone else. Like, someone else is like, oh, okay, now it makes sense to me, even though it's the same content over and over again. And so that's kind of my goal with this channel, is to help a lot of you guys out, try different perspectives, answer specific questions, give you guys a lot of motivation, so that way you can go out there and close the deal. So anyways, thank you guys so much for watching today's video. I know it kind of took a little bit of a twist towards the end of there, but I wanted to give you guys literally the best advice out there. I know it may not appeal to a lot of you guys, but I know as long as I can help, like, one person out when I make this video, that's kind of my goal for every video. I'm really not trying to help out the, like, mass population. I know a lot of people are going to hate different things that I put out there, and a lot of people are going to a lot of people are going to love other things that I put out there, or that same content that people hated. So I understand that a lot of people won't like a lot of the stuff that I do. So anyways, thank you guys so much for watching today's video. And if you made it to this point, join the fam, join the game by hitting the subscribe button down below. If you want to see more content like this, smash the like button. And like always, I'm uploading every day. So I will see you all tomorrow. Peace.